Hi, this is Rick, Vintage Oddball Cards. Hope everyone's doing well out there. What do we got? About 6 weeks until the National. Let's go. And 4 weeks until Hobby Palooza. I think it's the week of the 19th, 3 days long of live streaming. Can't wait for that. Always fun. But today, we're going to talk one of my favorite subjects, one of my favorite players to collect, and that's the GOAT, Babe Ruth, the hobby GOAT. It's not Jackie Robinson. It's not Satchel Paige. It's not Ty Cobb or Ohtani or Judge or Harper or Wemby. Well, he's basketball, right? But it's Babe Ruth. Now, the number one question, so I'm going to show you some cards, and I got this idea. Somebody recently texted me about he's looking for a Babe Ruth card, possibly at the National. And I don't get a lot of questions, so it's kind of cool for somebody to ask me a question, my opinion. And, I can't really, I can suggest some stuff, but you got to basically like the card, right? And he's looking for a first Babe Ruth card, but he doesn't want to spend a lot of money. And what we all know, Babe Ruth cards cost a lot of money. So I came up with a couple cards that I think, for me, if I was starting over, I didn't want to spend a lot of money, but I wanted a plain day Babe Ruth card. And I love the background stories on some of these cards. I came up with two of them, and they're kind of rare. They're kind of rare, especially if compared to the Gaudy cards. So we are in 2 minutes here. Let me show you the first one, and I have some other ones. I'm going to show you some other cards. I can't just show two. I'm going to show you some more, but these two come to mind. And the first one is a 1928 George Ruth candy card here. 1928. Now, you're going to say, well, why is he in an LA uniform? Why is he in an LA uniform? Well, in 1927, he made a film called Babe Comes Home. And he's wearing the uniform that it was based in Los Angeles. Now, the card here on the bottom, it says King of Them All, Home Run Candy Bar. There were 6 cards, Babe Ruth cards to the set. All Babe Ruth, all different images of Ruth. This is card 1. Yeah, card 1. I used to own cards 2 and 3. In my mind, I'm thinking, you know what? Let me build the set. There's only 6 of them, but Rick the Flipper sold 2 of them and kept this one. On the back here, you're going to see when you have a complete set of 6 pictures, you turn them into the George H. Ruth Candy Company in Cleveland, and you would receive a facsimile, I'm guessing a facsimile, ball. What makes these rares are a lot of people probably turned in the 6 cards to get that ball. Now, you can find these by pop, which is kind of interesting too, is I think the pop on this is 60 maybe total out there. What's Gaudy cards are well over 1,000 for each of his cards, pop report. But you can find these under $2,000. Even I saw one $1,100 that didn't look like a total beater. I think it was in a 1.5. Now, these are the only 2 grading company. I think there's only one grading company. Now, I don't even know if BVG does it. BVG, I think, is the only grading company currently grading these cards. Okay. PSA, SGC are scared to grade them because there's a lot of copies out there. So be warned, if you're going to buy a card, one of these, make sure it is graded, especially an older graded one, an older slab. So this is the George Ruth candy card. Now, the background story, what makes this really interesting is this company only lasted for 3 years, 1928 to 1931. Ruth came up with the idea for this particular candy bar, the home run bar, because the Curtis Company came up with the Baby Ruth bar in 1920. Ruth sued the Curtis Company saying, hey, you're using my name here. The Baby Ruth bar. And Ruth was popular in 1920. But the Curtis Company said, no, it's not after you, George Ruth. The name came from Grover Alexander's daughter, the president. Her name was Ruth. So they came up with Baby Ruth. And obviously, the Curtis Company won that suit, but come on now. It had to be, because Baby Ruth died in 1904. The candy bar, the Baby Ruth bar, didn't come out until 1920. So we're talking 16 years later. So Ruth decided, you know what? I'm going to start my own candy company with an independent distributor, and it lasted only 3 years. So 6 of these cards. The other card I have kind of similar size, and there's only 6 cards in this set, and they're all Ruth also. And this is the Frojoy 1928 Frojoy card of him fielding here. Frojoy and ice cream. These were distributed. Now again, there's 6 cards to the set. A different card each day from August 6th to August 12th in 1928. It was the ice cream cone week. And this is card number 6, I believe. And what's cool about this is you actually have the ice cream staining right there, probably from a kid like this, grabbing the card. And it says here, Ruth is a crack fielder. Back here, crock full of youth units. Your muscles are going to grow if you eat this ice cream. Again, pretty tough to find these cards. Pop on this is probably 30, around 30. And again, you can find these for under $2,000, similar to the George Ruth candy cards. And again, these are faked also a lot. So again, I believe only BVG actually grades these now. Make sure you get one that's graded. So those are 2, I think, have great background stories, plain day cards of Ruth. You have one here as a fielder, which you never see. I've seen the Type 1 photo of this also. Really cool. So those are 2. Besides the Sinella, there's a few others, but this would be a good one. Now, well, I thought, why don't I show you some other, since Ruth was so famous, let's see some other Ruth cards where he is the only player or baseball player in the set. So this one here is from Germany now, 1932 Germany. And it's the 1932 Abdullah Tobacco card. I picked this one up from someone on Net 54. And you can see back what it looks like. So this is a multi-sport set. You had wrestlers, boxers, tennis players, but Ruth is the only baseball player in the set. Another one is the 25 Drake's Cake. And since Babe was doing a lot of short films, like Babe Comes Home and other films, Babe Comes Home was a full-length film, but he's the only baseball player in the set, all actors and actresses in the set. I love the back here. And this one is the 33 Bluebird. Ruth's the only card in the set. There's 2 cards actually of him. One is the front view and one is the side view. This is the image, 1927 Conlon image of Ruth. Love the back here. Advertisement for Bluebird grape drink. And at this particular time, I think starting in 1929, he started to advertise for Spalding products. I think it was paid like $5,000, if I remember right. And these are relatively tough. They weren't basically known to exist until in the 90s, when there was a small find of these particular cards. And with the cards, I have the actual Bluebird drink here. There, and you can see the cap here. How'd you like to drink some of this? This would be real moonshine, drinking this. And I also have a Bluebird ink blotter. So I have it displayed over here. And then last but not least, I have here a card from France. And it's a 1935-36 Donnet card here. Tough card to find. You don't see these every day. A total beater. And you can see kind of what it looks like here. And he is on a world tour here. So that's what I got for you. Babe Ruth cards. Love my Babe Ruth cards. Hey, thanks for watching. This is Rick, Vintage Oddball Cards. Bye.